Abraham Lincoln, a great president or an overrated figure? Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, is often hailed as one of the greatest leaders in American history. His leadership during the Civil War and his efforts to end slavery are celebrated, but some argue that his legacy is not as flawless as it seems. In this article, we will explore both perspectives, examining facts that support his status as a great president and facts suggesting he might be an overrated figure. Fact number 1. The Emancipation Proclamation, a defining moment. In January 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, a pivotal moment in American history that redefined the nature of the Civil War and showcased his commitment to abolishing slavery. This executive order declared that all enslaved people in Confederate territory shall be thenceforward, and forever free. However, it did not apply to slave-holding border states loyal to the Union or areas of the Confederacy under Union control. While the proclamation did not immediately free a single slave, it was a crucial step in transforming the fight against secession into a battle for human rights. The decision also had significant international repercussions, discouraging European nations from supporting the Confederacy and solidifying abolition as a central objective of the Union war effort. Number 2. Limited emancipation, a questionable compromise. While the Emancipation Proclamation was a monumental step toward abolishing slavery, it was also a strategic wartime measure with significant limitations. By applying only to Confederate states not under Union control, Lincoln aimed to weaken the rebellion while preserving the fragile loyalty of the border states. This calculated move, however, has led some historians and critics to question the depth of Lincoln's commitment to abolition, painting him as more of a shrewd politician than a moral crusader. They argue that this compromise, meant to balance the need for national unity with the moral imperative of ending slavery, ultimately diluted the proclamation's moral authority. Number 3. A leader in wartime, preserving the Union. Abraham Lincoln's leadership during the tumultuous years of the Civil War is often hailed as a testament to his resilience, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to preserving the Union. Navigating through political turmoil, military setbacks, and the national trauma of a country at war with itself, Lincoln made a series of bold and controversial decisions. His commitment to the Emancipation Proclamation, his management of military generals, and his navigation of the delicate political landscape underscored his dedication to keeping the United States united. His leadership ensured the survival of the nation and laid the groundwork for the eventual end of slavery, solidifying his legacy as one of America's greatest presidents. Number 4. Suspension of habeas corpus, a blow to civil liberties. One of the most controversial aspects of Abraham Lincoln's presidency was his decision to suspend the writ of habeas corpus during the Civil War, a move he deemed necessary to quell rebellion and preserve the Union. Habeas corpus is a legal principle that protects an individual's right to personal liberty and ensures that no one can be held in custody without just cause. By suspending this right, Lincoln granted himself and military officials the power to arrest and detain individuals without a court order, raising significant concerns about the violation of civil liberties. While this action was defended as a necessary wartime measure, it set a dangerous precedent, allowing for the restriction of individual rights and due process in the name of national security. Number 5. The Gettysburg Address, a vision for a united nation. On November 19, 1863, Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. In just 272 words, Lincoln eloquently captured the essence of the American experiment, emphasizing the principles of human equality and the importance of preserving the Union. He challenged the nation to ensure that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth, creating a powerful vision for a united nation and redefining the meaning of the Civil War. This brief yet impactful speech has since become one of the most famous and revered orations in American history, highlighting Lincoln's exceptional ability to inspire and unite a nation. Number 6. Limited views on race, a product of his time. While Abraham Lincoln played a crucial role in ending slavery, his views on race were indeed a product of the 19th century context in which he lived. He did not initially advocate for the full integration of African Americans into American society, and he entertained ideas of colonization, proposing to send freed slaves to colonies in Central America, the Caribbean, or Africa. However, over time, his views evolved, and he began to express support for limited black suffrage, particularly for those who had served in the Union Army. Despite these evolving views, Lincoln's initial reluctance to embrace racial equality reflects the complexity of his legacy and underscores the limitations of his progressive stance in the context of his era. Number 7. The Homestead Act, Promoting Opportunity and Agricultural Growth. Lincoln's Homestead Act of 1862 was a transformative piece of legislation that allotted 160 acres of public land to settlers, catalyzing westward expansion and offering unprecedented opportunities. This pivotal law not only shaped the American West but also supported thousands of families in their quest for prosperity. The profound impact of the Homestead Act extended beyond just providing land; it fundamentally transformed the American landscape, sparking agricultural development and contributing to the United States becoming an agricultural powerhouse. By giving individuals the opportunity to own land, the act played a significant role in the democratization of land ownership, previously a privilege of the wealthy and well-connected. Number 8. Inconsistent Native American Policies, a Complex Legacy. While Lincoln is often heralded for his progressive policies, his approach to Native American relations was inconsistent and, at times, harmful. His tenure saw the displacement of numerous tribes and the largest mass execution in U.S. history following the Dakota War of 1862, which casts a shadow on his legacy. The adverse effects of Lincoln's Native American policies are still felt today, as many of the displaced communities continue to grapple with the long-term consequences of their forced relocation. These actions have left an indelible mark on the nation's history, serving as a stark reminder of the complex and often contradictory nature of Lincoln's presidency. Number 9. Leadership in Abolition, a Crucial Push for Change. Lincoln's unwavering leadership played a pivotal role in ensuring the passage of the 13th Amendment, leading to the abolition of slavery in the United States. His adept navigation of the political landscape was crucial in ensuring that the fight against slavery resulted in constitutional change, solidifying abolition in the fabric of the nation. Lincoln's commitment to abolition was not just a political maneuver, it was a moral standpoint that he was unwilling to compromise on, even when faced with the immense challenges of leading a country through civil war. His unwavering dedication to ending slavery was a defining feature of his presidency, distinguishing him as a leader of moral conviction. Number 10. The Challenge of Reconstruction, Navigating Uncharted Waters. The assassination of Lincoln in 1865 left the daunting task of Reconstruction, an initiative he had already begun to tackle, to his successors. His death prematurely ended his ability to guide the nation through this critical period, raising questions about the potential for a more successful reunification had he lived to see it through. Lincoln's vision for a lenient and swift Reconstruction aimed to heal the wounds of the Civil War and restore the Southern states to the Union as quickly as possible. His assassination, however, left this delicate task in the hands of others, resulting in a more punitive approach that arguably delayed the nation's healing and contributed to ongoing racial and regional tensions. This unfinished aspect of his legacy continues to fuel debates about the long-term impacts of his policies and the potential for a different outcome had he lived to implement his vision.